Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's another Workers Wednesday, and I'm outside of Magnetograde here on the other side of the river, in a little canal, I guess. We're getting a look at the expansion that has been in development for a little bit here. This is entirely built by the Magnetograde team. No helicopters, no Charlobansk, no nothing. It takes a while, just for a couple of offices with very little gravel. And as we produce gravel over there, they're bringing it over here, but it takes a long time. But either way, this is like locally produced over here while we've been building everything else. But everything else, at least for the construction offices and stuff, for the most part, everything else is kind of done. I know it doesn't look like it because there's a lot of under construction stuff here, but everything that's still got scaffolding is all just worker days. So, we just get people moved in, and the workers take care of it, and it's good to go. So I don't really care about any of this stuff. None of this stuff requires any type of construction office team anymore. And then if we go all the way down over here in Warstock, this is running pretty smoothly now. We did have that little hiccup with water earlier, but it's been taken care of. All right. Very little casualties to speak of there. Okay. Now, money problems are mostly solved. They're at 61 million now, and this is operational, so we have heat. But right now, it's all being done by these tiny little buses, bringing a few workers out this way every once in a while. And the sewage and water for this is all being done by trucks as well. So we have the trucks that are done over here in this office. We have one sewage truck, one water truck, just kind of taking care of that stuff for us. No big deal. We are going to get a little neighborhood started over here today. There's going to be some houses that we're going to plan and put in right here. These guys will end up being able to walk to this facility, so we don't need a bus route for that anymore. They'll also be able to walk over to the bus stop as well. So this bus stop, as well as the store and everything, it's all going to be in range for them. But for now, this bus stop is providing workers to, a few different places with little tiny bus routes and stuff. Couple of things I do want to take care of in this video. We need to get a local source for asphalt, gravel, concrete. That's something that we do not have the ability to do anything in Warstock, and right now it requires the Zernowski team from all the way over there to bring the stuff all the way over here. No bueno. And that's why it took so long to build this area. I mean, it took years to build this town because of the distance it had to cover. We want to get a local source of that stuff here. We do have a local construction office with a few spots left for vehicles too, so I can expand upon it. We actually have 3 tower cranes here too. Pretty nice. Took a while to get those too, but we did. Got it down there. And one of them was purchased used at the border there, and we had it all fixed up. Anyway, we have a good source of rocky ground right here that we can tear up and make into gravel. And there's also this roundabout right here. And I'm thinking this roundabout needs to come out this way. I'd like to keep this as a highway. So 4 lanes. And I'd like to keep it as a highway that stays on the left side of the train tracks. So what I'd like to see from this is it comes around. It's going to wrap around this area here. Kind of go straight through the rocky terrain. Not sure if that's a really smart thing, but that's kind of what we're doing here. So I need to basically remove this dirt road. We're going to have a lot of our, trucks and stuff that are pulling gravel out of here. We're going to have conveyors probably going over top of the highway to get into storage facilities and stuff to get ourselves a local source of gravel that our construction crews can work with. And then once we have that going, we'll have asphalt next. Will be the thing we ultimately get for that. We have this right here mostly completed. We can start delivering fuel here and get a local source of fuel for fuel trucks here. But that doesn't give us bitumen to actually make asphalt locally. And so what I probably need to do is put another pipe off of this and have a small tank of bitumen over here as well that can feed into asphalt. So we'll have bitumen brought to this location as well, just like we do with Zernowski, albeit we do this with 2 separate trains, which isn't great. But since it's only one location, I've been doing that. This little guy here, he just sits there. It's 51 tons of bitumen just waiting to be done there. So that's something I want to plan today too. And so we're going to keep an eye on this and the construction of this. We're tearing up this road. I got the detour right here for everybody that wants to go through there. So they can go around this road instead of this one. It's fine. But we're going to tear this up, make that roundabout, and then get this connected to that roundabout on both sides. And I'm hoping that's going to allow this traffic to flow just a little bit smoother in this area, especially for people who want to come like over on this side. They don't have to come all the way across and then turn right again and come back this way. They can just real quick whip in. I guess it would be around. They'd go around the roundabout and then come this way. Yeah, so we're getting that taken care of there, and I'm hoping that by the end of this video, we at least have this part of the neighborhood done. It would be nice to have this part here actually providing labor for, it'd be with buses, but we'd be providing labor for the industrial yard over there. Just getting more labor on that side would be really, really nice to have. And then some of this labor is going to come over here, and we're going to work on fixing boats when they're needed, because we're going to start having boat repairs being needed. This thing here has 70% wear and tear, so we're going to have to start taking a look at that. We have 29% wear and tear on this boat, so wear and tear over here is going to be a big deal. And then on this side, we also have going in a road right here into a bus end station that is just barely in range of this repair station, and that's going to be, you know, keeping these vehicles, keeping the buses and stuff repaired as well. So this thing's got the responsibility of fixing boats as well as fixing buses as they come through there. And now we just need to get storage for, you know, the resources and stuff to be there. So if I wanted, you know, make sure there's like a little warehouse right here so that I could have, you know, resources for repairs dropped off there at a warehouse like that. And we'd also want an open storage just for the resources for fixing boats as well as vehicles, I suppose. But it can go over here about like this. Now you see this road, this highway, it kind of just abruptly ends right here, right? And originally I was thinking this highway would just wrap around and go like right near the water, but as I started to develop, I got everything in the way and I can't do that anymore. And so what we're probably going to just have this road do is wrap over and connect to this one here like this, and then it'll just be a kind of a weird connection, but I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of traffic using it, so I'm not that worried about it. But probably what we'll end up doing, and I think I'll probably just go ahead and do it now, is we're going to want to have, we have this road right here, and I think we can just make this asphalt. Well, hang on. That's going to disrupt some bus routes. Buses come through here. I'm going to have to... All right, I need to make one amendment here. Get this road. Okay, so I just need to do this really quick. And that will solve it in the short term. Yeah, I guess I could have done it here too, but it's not a big deal. All right, so we're going to take this road, and it's just going to come out like this. And it's going to wrap around. And it ends up coming in like this. Almost. Come on now. It's still pretty steep. I wish I could go in a little more gradually. Well, it is what it is. It's fine. It's a little weird, I admit. It's not really what I had in mind when I originally did this, but I'm improvising to make it work. So this area here, we just need the steel. And it looks like I might have to go on the other side for this now. So let me just have open storage. I want the big one. Might as well have capacity for a lot of materials. If you're fixing boats, gotta have a lot of materials for that. So I think I'll just put it on this side, I guess, behind the bus end station. We'll have to do it right about like this. Man, it'd be nice to connect that. Yeah, let's try this. Let's do this instead. Yeah, we'll just use the road connection. I can dig it. It looks to me though that road's not going to allow the factory connection to work though. Yeah, so we need to redo the road. It's fine. So factory connection will go like this. And I want it to be, yeah, as far out of the way as possible so it'll be straight. And then the road, yeah, it goes like that. And we'll just make it gravel. We're going to have to make deliveries and stuff through here, so it's fine. We'll just go gravel road there. And then why don't we just turn the whole thing gravel? Turn this whole thing gravel and go like this. Yeah, that's fine with me. We need a place for these guys that live over here, and they need to be able to walk over here to actually work this repair center. So we're gonna have an asphalt path, and I think we'll just go. Let's have a walking path come behind the building, kind of like we did over by the water on the other side. So it'll kind of work a little bit like this. Yeah, this will do. And then it kind of comes around this way. Yep, and then around this way and connects on this side over here. We can have that work. This will connect to this right here then. And then this will come down. And we'll curve around this thing. And this thing is wider than it appears. It takes up a lot of space. You can kind of see where the ground is disturbed. That's about where you have to be, is on the edge of that, in order to get past it. It's a little weird, but that's how the game does it. There we go. All right. So I think that's probably pretty good for progress-wise. Now that the other offices, the other construction offices, don't have a whole lot to do anymore, we can have them start working on this. So we'll get Charlement's office to come working on these roads here. I already had them working on this little segment here. So we'll get them to start working on these roads, these walking paths. Yeah. I guess we'll have them start working on the buildings and stuff too. If you can make it to any of these buildings. Some of these buildings are just not reachable yet. This walking path is completed, but all the walking paths that are supposed to go and connect with it are not. So we'll have to get those settled. So I'm going to go like this. Yeah, like this and this. That's fine. Like this. Like this. Just depends on which direction these guys want to go. Connect that way. It might be a waste, you know, to have this many paths connected. You know, it's going to take forever because they're tiny little segments. But I think in the end, once it's all done, it just provides that little extra distance for people to be able to get where they want to go when they otherwise maybe couldn't get there. We definitely want the paths, the roads and stuff connected on this side too for these walking paths. So we need this to be there too. I got all the major... Oh, don't do this to me. Don't you do it. Yeah, well, come on now. For real? I mean, there was a green spot there. I just didn't like how it connected. But it looks like it was gonna do it. Oh, don't be like that. I know you'll go here. I want you to go here. I need all of these to connect, really. Can we do it with a different one, just for kicks? No? All right, well, oh, there it is. Weird. Oh, this one too. All right, we'll just have this weird wrap on that. I guess that's fine. As long as it's connected. As long as they can get there. We'll also go like this and then bring this road over like that. Yep. And then that will allow these guys to get to school. And then the trolleys and stuff, the trams track, they're going to come out. I guess we'll just go there with it. And then on this side, we'll connect like that. That's going to let people reach the tram. And then all you guys are going to either walk down here and around, or you're going to take this walk. You can walk pretty fast on this road too. Let's get this connected, that connected, and connected on that side, connected on that side. All right, all the walking paths are to my satisfaction now at this point. So lots of stuff to work on for all these offices. Lots of little tiny things to work on. We're going to bring Charlement's labor over here as well to start really accelerating the construction of these buildings. And then I'm going to get the helicopters to help me out with these right there. All right, so helicopters now have something to do. I haven't had them having anything to do for a while. It just hasn't been necessary for the last few months to have them running. So now they're running, and you'll see that I've got plenty of fuel now. Having not running the helicopters is really great for your fuel. So that'll change now. Dun 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 dun. I love it when they all just take off. So many of them buzzing around now. Cool. All right, let's talk about, now that that stuff's being handled over there, let's talk about gravel over here. So I think what I want to do is I'm going to take and I haven't really thought this out, to be honest. Like, I'm kind of doing this on the fly with you right now. All right, just full disclosure here. Not a whole lot of planning has went into this. By not a lot, I mean, I just thought of it this morning and said, you know, I should do that today. What am I going to do? And then I started the recorder. All right. So I think what I'll do is we're going to go. I want to keep it on this side of the track. So I want to come over as far as I can. Maybe even go between this. Yeah. And around. That's actually not bad. We bring the highway out that way. It's a little wide. Might be able to just... Can I come straight through here? Like if I get rid of this road. If I get rid of that road. And there's just that rail now. So if I was to want a road to come through here. Let's say... Okay, there's power lines there. Let's maybe go by that. So let's say I want the road to come between the power lines. We'll snap to it right here. Yeah. So let's say I want that to happen. Do we go over the tracks here? I think this is one of those might as well kind of situations where I'm like, I've already here. I haven't built it yet. You might as well do it right. Sort of things. I do want this to be straight though. Here, let's redraw this. The bridge, let's just start from this side actually. Let's say that the road, the highway is going to go here. So this is kind of marked as a road. And I kind of want my highway to run alongside this. So why don't we say that the highway is here and here. Okay. We'll keep this access road as a maintenance road right next to it all. They can also use this to, you know, traverse the area while they're building the roads later. And then this road is going to come around. So we're not going to like use the whole dirt road. This is going to wrap around maybe about like this and about like this. There we go. So that ends up being our highway right through here. So if this is the highway through here, then that would mean that this is going to wrap this direction. Let's say I want to keep it on this side of the rail, so I don't want to cross it. And then what we'll do, pull that back. There we go. All right. So what we'll do with this is we'll say you come around about like here. Oh, hi autosave. Man, you're quick today. Really frequent, which I guess is fine. You know, we'll have crashes in the game and it'll be okay, right? So let's say maybe right about here. And you know what? We might need a roundabout at some point here. I don't know about right here. Because I'm going to want to go that way too with a road. And I think right here is actually a pretty fine spot for one. So why don't we plan ahead on this? We'll say roundabout goes right about here. That should be big enough to satisfy my requirements. And go about there. Because there's stuff in the ground right through here that I would want to access. And also this is kind of a shortcut over to nuclear later. From this side. Alright, so we come out this way. Let's pull this back. Yeah, and then you would go out and connect to the roundabout here. Seems good. You would come over and connect to the roundabout like that. Seems pretty solid. Let's get rid of any extra points. Okay. Now, we would want from this side, this is where our road was coming through. So we're going to want to cross right here. So if that's the case, I guess what we'll do is we'll make this be about here. Come on. Right. Come on. There. And then also it needs to come in and connect on this side. But we'll do this bridge first. So this bridge comes up 1, 2, 3. And it's going to go right about there-ish. We're going to cross the track. The shortest distance required. About there probably. And then come down. Right about there. Yep. And then this will be where we connect the road that heads out that direction. How does that look? It doesn't look bad. That looks fine. Sure. I like that. That's okay. I mean, sure, if I wanted it to look really good, I would do some terrain work and just have the terrain rise up for this bridge, but none of that stuff ever mattered enough to me. I see other creators do it. I watch a couple of other creators that, you know, that play the game and stuff, and I see them do that kind of stuff. And it looks better. You know, I agree, it looks better, but it never really I never really cared, I guess, enough to bother with the kind of time that's involved, because there's not really a whole lot of return to that investment in time. All it is aesthetic. It doesn't really have a function. I suppose it does use less resources, but not enough. It's fine. I have the resources. It's going to be fine. So the bridge will go in right there. We'll come over top of the rail so we don't have to deal with this, because there's going to be a lot of traffic through here, I think, rail traffic, because this is where the bauxite mines are going to be. We're going to be hauling that stuff out of here, moving it around, whatever. We have supply lines for trains and stuff moving through here to get fuel, and we might have something else going on over here. And then passenger trains are possible through here as well, for the little town that we'll have over here for the bauxite. So, yeah, we're going to have some trains through here. And also maybe even have this split and go that way too. Might have another triangle from right here against the mountain just to kind of get the rail to go out that way. I haven't decided yet. We'll see. I like the flexibility of the game and being able to... It won't let me do it because of this stupid thing. Well, this is why we plan, okay? Because we can scoot this over a little bit. It's not a big deal. And in fact, I could probably just come down and do this first and really just like firmly put this down on the other side of that, about like there, and make sure this can go. Oops. Hey, want to connect to that? There you go. Right? And then from there, it's easy. You just done. That looks fine. Yep. And now this one will totally fit. So we're good. Yeah, everything's fine now. This is why it's planning. Planning tools are good. Okay, so this road now comes straight through this way, and I want to get as close to these pump jacks as I can, because I need enough room for the gravel operation through here. And I'm also occupying some space with these wind turbines, so I definitely want to curve this around, and I think probably even sooner than this. I would want to, I think, probably start curving this pretty much immediately. Come around this direction. And then it would curve around, yeah, kind of like that. There we go. Right up against that pump jack. And then it would come through from here and then wrap around and connect on this side over something like this would be fine on the connection there. Yeah, I'd be all right with that. And then we could also go from, since this is a thing, we could also then take it from this side and just maybe even as far back as here, start making another lane that allows it to come around. There we go. F4 allows it to come around like that, and then connect the highway on that side, so you can skip through the roundabout that way. It's pretty good. Go ahead and submit that, and then this side does the same thing. It just kind of follows along. Now we probably want some left turn lanes in here just because of trucks moving through here. So I'm thinking, actually, since we have a little bit of time here, we have an opportunity to just make some space here. Maybe we will have these roads sort of travel the same path, but a little bit further apart. Give a little bit of more room for any type of left turn shenanigans I want to do here. There we go. And then we can bring it this direction, and then a hard left right here to blend in on that side. That seems fine. And then on this way, this is the highway right here. This just isn't paved yet. I paved one side before the other. So we'll get asphalt through here once we have the asphalt set up over here. We have the basics of the roads done, so now it's just a matter of getting the local asphalt, and then I can pave the rest of the roads that aren't paved yet. That includes this area in here, potentially getting gravel roads here. And then this is just the bypass road for the farms, but you see we have an asphalt road here, and it's not connected right there. That tiny little segment's not there. Same thing with this crossing, and then all the way down this way. I want this to be an asphalt road. Like all the way through here should be an asphalt road. And actually, this is a farm road. Okay, maybe not an asphalt road through here, but this one for sure, because there's no connections here, right? Yeah, this is just a... I don't know what that's doing there. It's kind of confusing me. I see these little points. Yeah. So asphalt road from here, and then this one here also asphalt. I want to start getting these asphalt roads done, the ones that go all the way through the farms like that. But it's just a pain in the ass to bring the asphalt from all the way over here every single time, and it just takes forever. And I really don't want helicopters to do something that's non-essential. Like, it's really important that we get that set up so we can start, you know, pumping in more people on that side. And then I really need this neighborhood set up here so that I can get more people working chemicals. That's going to be a huge economic shift when this setup over here can be constantly staffed with almost maxed out workers. It's a huge economic boom for us once that happens, because chemicals stops being an expense. Plastics start being readily available constantly, which means we can make more electronics, and that way electronics are no longer our biggest expense. Like, we have two main things that are our expenses. We have electronics and chemicals right now as our two biggest expenses, and electronics by a mile, by 10 miles. And when we get a good supply of plastic, we no longer need to buy that. We don't longer need to buy electronics, because we'll be able to make our own at that point, or at least enough quantity where I don't have to do it anymore. So anyway, I was going to put a bypass road in here, but since this road is here, I think maybe that won't be the smartest thing. But this is just for fuel trucks, so maybe it's not a big deal. I could actually make this work still. We could go like this. Let's say I go like this, come off of this, and then you end up going like that, right? And then from here, you're just, you know, going around like this. Whoops. Hey there. Skippy skips. This is fine. Yep. And then you just meet up like that. I mean, it looks a little weird, but it does the job. And then we just give this road the right of way, connect these two so that people are waiting right here to get into the roundabout. I don't know if I really want to do that, though. I really wish I could do one-lane bridges. One-lane bridges would be sick. Would love that. Oh, well. Making intersections elevated above the ground would be great, too. But we can't have everything we want. I can't have hardly anything I want sometimes. Yeah, we'll give this the right of way so that they can keep flowing through, and these guys will just have yields. It's fine. Okay, and then this area over here will get paved when needed. Okay, so we have our highway kind of decided here. This is pretty good. It gives us flexibility. It gives me a good intersection connection to go off this direction. We could always come off of the highway here and maybe even do a bridge that comes over. But this is where my gravel's coming from, right here, right? So I think off of... How do I want to do this? So this is where the cars are coming from. And... you know, I kind of want a road. I don't want this anymore. I've changed my mind. I don't want this anymore. It looks weird, but I don't think it's going to serve the purpose I need. And what will serve the purpose I need is a gravel road that comes over through here. And we'll make it a dirt road for now, but I need a road that comes this way so that I can access this area. Okay, and do so off of the main road. So for our construction industry, we haven't done this in a long time, right? We have basically one primary gravel setup this entire time. And the only reason it works is because we build slowly. We're not using it very fast. But we're going to be. And we're going to be using it over here. And like when you start getting asphalt and concrete being made for the entire Republic, you cannot... I mean, honestly, I probably shouldn't already have... I probably should have 3 main gravel operations already, but I'm just building kind of slowly and methodically, so I don't necessarily need to, you know, constantly use it. But with this many roads, we're going to need it. So I'm going to say construction industry. We're going to go with a gravel quarry. There are 2 different ones now. Interesting. This is not like this one. But so this wasn't like this back when back in my day. But this is the one that's got the conveyor belt directly off of it, which is cool. And then this one here is not. So the trucks have to interact with this one. Oh. But this one sends it directly to storage. That's fancy. I'm liking that. We're going to use that. And look at that. There's even an oil in, or fuel in. Very cool. Well, one of these will probably take care of everything I need. And I see a 97%. Is that the max I can get? I saw 97. I don't think there's a 98 here. No, maybe down here. gets up about as high as 80, but I can't put it there anyway. So 97 it is. Okay. So right about here gives me 97. Ooh. 96. Yeah, 97. Please. No? I'll rotate. How's that? I probably should rotate anyway just to keep the road out of there. The road's going to be in my way. All right. All right. So we don't want the road in our way. And so hopefully I can go off that way without having the road in the way, but I'm just going to round the road wide just to help prevent that from being a problem. Go about like that. There. Looks a little better. Okay. Gravel quarry sends the gravel directly to a storage, which is going to be, well, see, now I'm kind of wondering if I should have a road that heads out that way too. You know? Could do it over here on this side. Let's do it. Let's do this one. Yeah, that one will go this way. Okay, so we'll keep this one kind of controlled like this. So we'll have our gravel, our stone storage, if you will, or for our stone. We'll go maybe over here with it. And oh, you can see it's going to auto connect. Oh, nice. Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Oh, totally great. Embracing my inner Canadian for a second there. Yeah. Or A. I'm not actually Canadian, so I don't do that naturally. I have to think about it. How about we kind of go... How about right here? This should work, yeah? I think this should work just fine. We'll go maybe right here. Now, we want this to be removed because I never wanted that in the first place, but we saw this was connected, so I'm hoping that it will do it anyway, but it doesn't look like it will, strangely enough. Even though it just showed it was doing it. Yeah, right here, please. We'll do it right up against, right there, please. No? Still not going to connect it, even though you're showing me you will. That's the kind of things you deal with in this game sometimes. Building in the way, it says. Uh-huh. All right, then. We'll go a little further away. How about over here, too? We'll give ourselves some more room on this side as well. Come on now. Come on now. There we go. All right. That'll work. We just don't want to move that road because it's not going to be able to get placed again. So we'll have that be where our gravel is going to be. Or our quarried stone will go in here. And then we'll process it from another source. So this is basically so that this can continue processing even when there's nobody staffed here, right? I want it to be able to keep going. And then if there's nobody working here, but there's somebody working here, they can keep going. I just want that buffer. All right. So gravel processing. All right. A little game crash there. So I've got the gravel processing plant right here. It's connected with this tiny little conveyor there. And then the roads, they can just meet up and, you know, they'll be connected wherever they're connected. That's fine. So the next thing is the storage for the gravel, right? And we're going to use the big boy storage again. The really big one that we've got, because this is going to be another main place where we store gravel. And we're going to want to pick it up with trucks as well as with trains and stuff. So we're going to do that. Let's make sure this road is facing the correct direction just so that everything is all connected to the same roadways is fine. We're going to go about like this. That seems fine to me. Just make sure our roads are all connected again. And then at some point, we'll put some exits for this. Maybe we'll just do it here for now. It's fine so that people can get in there. But that's it. So we're processing the quarried stone here. It gets sent into here, processed into a whole bunch of gravel right here. And, you know, we can expand upon this as well. Because we have this sending into a storage, I can then feed this to another processing plant if I want to. I actually haven't bothered with the economics of, like, how that works. We might actually need another one just to make this thing work harder. These are new buildings that didn't exist when I started the series. So the gravel quarry that we're using can process... looks like 350 tons of quarried stone total. It's 3.5 per worker, and there's up to 100 workers. So up to 350 quarried stone. That's a lot. That's way more than I'll ever need, I think, at a time. And then this facility can work 120 tons of quarried stone at a time with 15 workers. So what I'm really seeing here, honestly, is that we need another one of these suckers, which is way easy to do as far as like expanding. We already have it right there. You can see pops over there. So that's a really easy thing. In fact, if I click now, it would even be connected to the storage on both sides. So if we need another one, we can easily do that without having to move anything. So this is a pretty good spot. All right, so we have this. Obviously, we're going to need truck access for those types of things. We're also going to have our asphalt operation. It's going to be, I think, right here. And maybe our concrete operation will be in here too. If I can fit everything in there, that'd be great. But we also need a place for trains to interact with this, for gravel, and for also delivering cement. I don't want to make cement somewhere else either. So I kept this road on this side of the rail, but the rail, because we made this bridge, right? The rail does come this way eventually. So we're going to finish this rail, and it's going to wrap around like this. And it ends up coming all the way through here and connecting with a tunnel. Boom, right here. It comes out this way. Boom. And it connects here. Okay? So this whole thing is connected as a big loop. We also have a rail coming through here, and this is done already with a bridge that's kind of started already, I guess. Right there. Yep. So this bridge comes up. It starts to come over, and there's going to be an intersection, like, you know, a T intersection like that. It's going to be also here too. So our rail ends up getting connected like that. And then this ends up being a four-way intersection for this one, because in addition to going that way and that way, it's also going to go over top, and it ends up in here for the bauxite and all that stuff. And then we also want an ability for the trains to head this direction for that bauxite. And that's where this T intersection is going to be. So they end up being able to come this way and be on this track. All right, so I think you pretty much got where I'm going with this. The stations that are going to be interacting with gravel, as well as dropping off cement and everything, that's all going to be right here. And then that way, you know, it's out of the way, but also very much central to what our new expansion plans are going to be soon. And it gives us a source for all this stuff in the countryside for when we're expanding this way, as well as it's the closest point to access for over here when we start building this over here. Okay, so let's get started on that just a little bit here. I don't have an exact plan of where this is going to be. I'm kind of doing this all, you know, with you guys in real time here, but this is all going to be a electric rail. Okay, and we're probably going to send it in a straight line. I'm going to guess. I'm not going to guess. I'm going to do it. We're going to send it in a straight line. Yeah, just a little slight curve is fine as it comes that way, let's say. You know, it's already curving a little bit, so we'll go this way with it. There we go. And then this is going to go out a little bit more. Let's say about here. It's fine. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight or anything. There we go. All right. So for you, you're going to come down. I believe you're already electrified, right? Right? Yes, you are. Okay. So this electric one is going to come down. It comes across the highway. About like that ought to do it. And then down from there. About here ought to do it. It's not going to look super ridiculous there like that. And then we'll go... Yep. Meet up with this. Can we go exact? Or are you going to fight me on that? There you go. And then down. Like that. It looks okay. I got no major beefs with that. Cool. Then you will go... Ooh. I'm going to have to probably flatten that a little bit more, but you're going to end up going... I wanted you to go straight this way, so we're going to say straight this way for now. About like that. Whoops. Hey, camera. How you doing? And have you go like this. Okay. Now this rail is going to come around, so we're going to need to bring it this way some more, okay? So we're going to curve you this way. Around like that. And then end up curving that direction. Cool. And then you're going to cross right here. About there. about where that tunnel is going to be. Maybe just a little bit more. Yep. And then the tunnel from there goes into the ground, pops out the other side. Yeah, we need to... So that highway, yeah? Highway is a bit of an issue. How do we want to handle the highway? You know what? We'll come back to that when it's important. It's not important yet. What is important is that we have that connecting. We can go a little bit further out. Just have to make sure there's enough room for signals could be right on that point, so it's fine. So we'll go right up out like that. There we go. Connected like so. And you will connect over. Hang on. You got to actually snap to it, please. There you go. And like so. And like so. Okay. Now for this, what I might do, tell you what I could do with this. It's doable. We could flatten this more, maybe make it to where it's about, let's say, this high instead of this high. And then what we could do is we can bring the bridge to raise it up to the level of the terrain, and then have the train track, no bridge, right along the top of this, and then finally come down here on another bridge segment on the other side that brings it down into this area. I feel like that's a lot of extra work instead of just having the tunnel, which is what I was going to do, is have the tunnel. The other idea, and this is actually probably a lot easier. Why don't we just do it this way? I'm not even going to... This is fine. This is actually way easier. We're just going to go like this. All right, and we're going to see underneath, and this will end up just being lowered a little bit, okay? And what we end up doing with this tunnel is we come down underneath the highway, and then we raise it up about, let's say about like this. Well, it's going to have to go a little bit further underground, isn't it? Yeah? For real? You're too tall? This is a steep incline? For real? Hold on. I want you at the same elevation you're already at. Don't lower anymore. Just stay where you are. This is a 12% grade. Or 12 degree. Sorry. 12 and a half. Weird. All right. From right there. And then from there, we raise you up. Yeah, like this. I mean, it's not great, but it'll work. Whoops. Kind of goes a little squiggly into it, but that'll work though, you know? And that way I don't have to worry about that highway, because I want this highway to come out. I want this highway to keep going over to the lake, or the border, I guess. But yeah. I want it to go over that way, and maybe even head up this way. That'd be actually really nice if I could just have that highway head straight here. This would be like a main trucking highway that takes things from that border all the way over here, because we'll eventually have a tunnel from here that brings it to this side, and then the trucks can just head straight over here without having to go all the way around to get here. I mean, it would be like just super impossible. If I want a truck to take stuff from Warstock, or if I've got crops, maybe I've got farms heading over here, which is a good idea. There's viable land here to farm, and maybe I want that brought in here. I wouldn't be able to do it without a nice highway, so that's what I'm looking to do there. Okay, so that'll be the plan for this. Is as long as, well, two things, right? As long as we can get you to play nice. No? You're gonna... Come on now. Just do exactly what your friend did. Right? Oh, almost. Come on now. Weird. It won't go down. It wants to stay... Yeah, I want you to snap right to that. There you go. But you're still not following that path. You're doing things differently. You're at a different elevation here. It's a little bit strange. You're actually going like that. Oh, that's much better. I'm not sure why I was doing that, but all right. That's what I want. And then, yeah, up to the edge. Good. All right. And then here's a sharp turn. I'm kind of hoping you can make it. It doesn't look like it. So you might have to turn sooner with this one, which is no big deal. We'll just turn a little bit earlier. Yeah. So we'll come over here. Yeah, like that. Mm-hmm. All right. And then from there, we rise it up. Snap to the edge. Seems good. It's a little bit strange. I'm not going to lie. I really actually like the second one I did better. We can maybe change it so it doesn't look super weird underneath here. Maybe we go like this. And then just from here to here. You know, it's different on both sides. See, now I like the other one better. It's just going to be the way it is until I remake the whole thing. It's going to be like, oh man, that one's so much better than... They're just going to keep fixing it. How about that? You know what? It looks a little janky there. Especially since it's in a tunnel higher than the road. Well, that's weird. Is that going to interfere with the road? Can I still make the road here? It seems like it's above the ground, but it's not. It does let me continue the road here, so that's all I care about. We'll take it. Okay. Rails. Let's continue connecting. We should have enough room here to make this intersection happen. Hello, autosave. So I'm hoping we do. From there over to here. And then from here over to... right here. Can we... It's gonna look pretty sharp, but most of my intersections in this republic are pretty sharp for trains. So it's about... Yeah, it's on par with everything else. It matches. There we go. And done. In my opinion, the game shouldn't allow you to connect trains at such a steep or it's such an acute angle, but it is what it is. It's fine. All right, very sharp corners. So that is my rail that connects on this side all the way over to here and also here as it goes over top of the highway as a bridge. And then it heads that way as a rail. The rail will go on this side. The highway will go on this side. Town in the middle. Okay? All that stuff is happening. We'll submit that for now. But this is, you know, we're going to need a couple of things to be delivered here. So there's going to be an intersection here for sure. And it's plenty of room for that. There's lots of distance between intersections now. So we'll start, I guess, with, let's say, the aggregate. We want a train aggregate loader. So that is right here. Train aggregate loader. And let's say, how about this many tracks is fine. Just make a couple of extra tracks. And this will be where our gravel is loaded. It'll be over here. And we'll go maybe right about... so that means concrete has to be made on that side. Is that what I want? Maybe we figure out where the buildings are going to be first, too. We're going to need a bus stop to bring people out this way. But I also want parking lots because, you know, personal car usage is big in this area. And they're going to be able to drive here, too. It's not a huge deal. So we'll probably put a parking lot right here. It seems like a good spot for it. They'll be able to walk to all these locations from right there. I just don't want to have a lot of personal cars crowding the area, but in order to get there, they're going to have to hit the roundabout and then come around. Maybe instead, we plop the parking lots here, and they can still, with a good walking path, be able to get there anyway. So if that's the case, we might want to look at having concrete and asphalt could be made right here. We just need to have a good route for the concrete to be delivered, or the cement to be delivered. So if I went to the construction industry here, let's go in and get our concrete plant. We would want to place this. Let's say, yeah, it's they can walk here. It's not that far. It'd be all right. So we can do it here. All right. I kind of like this right here. Cement silo here to just connect that up so we have it. And then, of course, this cement silo is also going to be the thing that we're sending the cement into from the train. So why don't we flip this around so the road's not going to be in the way. And then we want to angle the input that we're going to be using for the train in that direction so it's not in the way there. And I think probably what we'll just do, since it's not going to be in the way that much anyway, is I'll just use this. Instead of using the dry bulk, because it's actually more expensive to do that, we'll use the factory connection for this instead. It's pretty consistently a better solution, I find. So we'll just go about like that. There we go. And then we now know where our dry bulk is, so we know where we need to deliver it. So with the the overpass things, yeah. So this is the railway loading, unloading. Yep, that's what we want here. And we're gonna get this closer. I don't want to spend any more than I have to. Although at this point, we're doing electric rails, so you know it's probably not that much different in cost to do a really long conveyor versus having to do more rail. So I think probably we'll just sit up and do about 50-50 here. It's probably okay. So we'll do this. That gets us the connection needed to deliver cement to this area. And this cement plus that gravel equals local concrete. Sounds good. Now we could make sure that we have enough room for a helicopter pad here. And I may go ahead and do that. So instead of putting asphalt right next to it, why don't we put the asphalt over here? And we'll make sure we have enough room for at least a single heliport. Although it looks like I will have enough room for a 3x. Yeah, you know what? We'll just do the 3. It's fine. So right about here is good for this. Or I could do it on this side. But if I do it on this side, I won't have enough room for the road out. Ooh, maybe I can do it over here, though. Well, that's going to block all the outputs for that, and I don't want to do that either. So what about here? Ooh, that actually works somehow. Yeah, it's a little weird because the road for the cement storage is going to have to be shifted, but it does appear as though that's going to work on placement. It's kind of strange also because our pump jack goes directly into the helipad, but I mean, maybe that's okay. It's not really in the way of the helicopter, although if it were me, I definitely wouldn't want the helicopter landing this close to an oil pump jack. But hey, you know, it does seem to work as long as we can get this road out of here. And it does look like that's not going to be too much of an issue. So, hey, success. Sounds good. We can get this out there too. Yep. All right. Everything seems in order for concrete as long as we can get it all, you know, built. Let's go like that into that intersection there. These are all low traffic roads. Albeit here, though, we're going to be picking up concrete with trucks. So we'll want to make sure there's a higher traffic capacity road through here. So instead of this, we'll say the higher traffic capacity road comes in, let's say here. And then this is also going to be where we pick up our asphalt too. So why don't we actually do that first? So the asphalt, kind of the same deal, except this time we're going to want to get bitumen, which we can pipe that underground, so it's no big deal. We couldn't do that with the cement. So for asphalt plant, we're going to just want to place this in a place where it's accessible by trucks really easily and also connected to gravel. And we can do it all the way back here. It's fine. This is absolutely fine. We'll do it right here. Okay, so that being there, we have it connected to gravel already. Seems good, man. And then we just need to connect it to the bitumen. And the pipe's going to come from this side, so that actually works pretty well. Let's go ahead and get our liquid storage. And we don't need a whole lot here. So I'm thinking the 300 bitumen that's right here is more than sufficient. And we can place this kind of anywhere. I can place it alongside... we could just do it over here, maybe. It's going to be the same distance pipe no matter what. But it's about whether or not it's in the way of something else. And I don't actually think it'll be in the way here. But, again, as long as it's not adding too much distance to the pipe. Maybe right here is fine. Maybe we'll put it right behind the wind turbines. Although I might want to have like a wind farm kind of thing. I might want to expand that. All right, I'm making a decision finally. We're going to go right here. I don't believe that's going to be in the way of anything. We're going to say that the underground pipe from this, we deliver this out over into here. And we could probably go a little bit underground here. Make this a little bit more of a straight line. There we go. That seems fine. And then from here, again, it comes from here and connects directly into that place. Okay, that gives us our bitumen delivery, provided, of course, we can build all of this. We'll come off of this service road, if it lets me. Man, there it goes. Yep, right there. And service road to there. All right, all of this stuff, all these people are going to be delivered with parking lots, but I think a bus stop is probably in my interest. And I'm thinking maybe I just drop them off on this side of the road is better, so that the bus doesn't have to go all the way around and come on this side of the highway for this. So we'll say that a bus stop is built, I think, right here. It's not going to be in the way of anything either. So we'll build this. Well, it has to be able to get through here. I think the roads can fit there. So we'll plop that there. And then we'll say that the road, it goes, let's say this way. Yeah, that's fine. Right through like that. And then out this way like that. It's connected. Okay, we're going to want a left turn lane through here too, just to allow the highway to work the way it's supposed to for a highway. So from right here, we're going to have a left turn lane comes out like this and then turns like that. That's going to give them a nice left turn turnaround. It's also going to mean that they can turn around and then get into here. All right. And then we want to do the same thing kind of over here. I think we'd want to do the same thing just so any vehicle coming out of this establishment here doesn't have to go directly into the roundabout to turn around. They can just turn around right here. So we're going to have that be a thing too. So I think right after this, I kind of want this to be closer now. We should bring this closer together, I think. And that might invite too many cars. No, let's not invite too many cars to do this. All right, we'll put it off from this one. I don't want too many cars to be close together like that. And then right there will be the turnaround for the left turn lane. Like that. Seems good. So right here is where all this stuff happens. And this is going to be a bigger road or a better road. So, well, maybe we should get everything set up before we start. No, because once the stuff is operational, then you have to shut down the road in order to access the supply. So you might as well build these roads finalized so that all the rest of the roads aren't blocked. I think that's probably better. So we'll say that this is an asphalt road that connects from here. And, well, let's actually bring it out a little bit further. We'll go from here. This asphalt road comes out this way and heads that direction. Seems good. And then we'll just connect you from this side direct into here. That seems fine. Now the trucks will queue up over here for that and queue up over here for that. And then if we want to make this just a little bit more fluid, I suppose it's not really a big deal to just go like that. And also, like, well, I was going to just connect you there, but, you know, you're going to be a dick about it. Let's go like this. And then like that. Okay. And then I suppose at this point we can do this too. We'll come off of this side. And if we go this way with it, I'm trying to get it to not snap anymore. If we go this way with it, come on now, stop snapping. I have snapping off. You shouldn't be doing this. All right, we'll just, wow, you are just donate you to community college. I say it all the time from Iron Man, but like this is how I feel sometimes. All right, now if you are going to turn around, you'll head this way. If you're not going to turn around, then you don't even bother with this intersection at all. And you just go straight through. And that works for both of these roads, which is fun. And then on this side of the street, if you're on this side of the highway, you don't even need to bother with this either. You can come right through here. And then, well, is this necessary? I feel like maybe I'm doing things a little bit unnecessary here at this point. Why are you connecting that? You're connecting in a very weird way. I just don't understand. Okay, you know what? We're just not going to have it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, look, we're at what 1,200 hours in this game. Like, hey, updates change how things work, and I'm pretty convinced that, you know, recent update has changed how connections and nodes and stuff work, because everything is behaving way differently than it has been for so long. Okay, so that's the setup. Seems pretty good. We're gonna have the Zernovsky offices and the helicopters and stuff. We're gonna have them build this stuff, and I think probably just this highway segment will be asphalt. That way we don't block it when we're actually, you know, building everything else. So we'll have this part here be an asphalt segment. It's going to be two-way, of course. And then once this is all connected, we'll then have these guys, these local offices here, will end up building the rest of these roads. Seems good. So for here, we got the cement delivery. We now want the gravel pickup. So for the gravel pickup, I think I want a 4-lane area here too. This is probably not necessary to make this... Wait, is this 4-lane? Did I make this 4-lane? Oh, I guess there's only one. There's only one model and it's 2-lane. Okay, never mind. I was looking at the 4-lane aggregate is what I was looking at before. Train aggregate loading. Yes. I think probably we'll use one of these top ones. So this is 3 lanes. Nope, this is 4 lanes. I like this. So I think we can use this. And you could probably go in and have it be... the road connection is my main problem right now. Is getting the road to connect. To help with the road and making sure we have a service road here, perhaps I can just go right up next to this. Make sure we connect it here. Right up against that rail. That might help. And go back to aggregate loading like this. Seems to be fine for me. The other problem we're going to have, and this making it so compact, is the other rail getting out without interfering with the thing. So how about we try this? So from here, we're going to have you come out about this far. Let's do it from the other side instead. Yeah, we'll have you come out about that far as an intersection with the train track. Okay. So about like that. Seems fine. And you'll end up going like that, and then like that, and like that. Okay. And then also in the same way, we're going to have this part. Let's actually do it from this one. Have this. Oh man, every time I click, it doesn't register until a second after. There it goes. And right there. And right there. Okay. So something like that. Now we have 4 rails heading this direction. Yeah. And then we have our aggregate loader. I clicked. I swear. I did it. It happened. We'll go about here with it. And then what I'm hoping happens, right, is that when this rail comes this way in a straight line. Well, I guess it's not that straight, but it'll be like this. This rail comes this way. Wow, I'm doing this all while paused too. It's still glitchy. Ugh. Stop it, camera. Right there. And then again, I'm hoping that this will still allow. Good. That's what I'm hoping for. Okay. So now we have these 2 rails, and they are going to come around and connect on that side and that side, like so. And now I have expansion capabilities if I need it, which I won't need it very soon. But if for some reason I need additional connections, I have this. And what I'm thinking will probably be for this is that these 2 here will be coming from another direction. So we'll have, like, if there's a rail heading this way, we can connect it on that side without having to interfere here. It's just a matter of getting around this, you know, like maybe I do a bridge over top of it and get in there, and that way I don't have to interfere with this. I'm just leaving myself options. So I'm using a station that has 4 connections because. All right, so like this comes out, and we're going to want to go a pretty good distance again for those options. You know, later maybe I make a bridge and it goes over top of this. So we'll say that you come straight out from here. Say go that way and that way. No, dummy, dummy, dummy. Wow. That's an impressive command I just gave the game. Yeah, we'll have it curve this way now. And then you are going to go like that and like that. All right. And then you will go same thing like that. And then we will go ahead and from here, let's curve right over like this. That's fine. Give it some room. And then you'll connect here and here. Please. There we go. And then on this side, it would go this far. We want the trick with this is that you want it to all be one intersection so that you don't have to worry about those conflicts. So we're going to make this far out, and then we're going to merge it here. Well, at least I was. Yep, right there. There and there. And now this whole thing counts as one intersection. So all the signals will be lined up back here. And then right there. All right. So that gives us what we desire, which is a way to pick up the gravel, a way to drop off cement. If I wanted to deliver, well, you can't really, I don't think you really can't deliver asphalt and, you know, all the other things. You can't do that. So everything like that has to be delivered by a truck. So nope, we're not worried about that. Anything else we want to make sure we can pick up with a train in this area? Like liquids are not produced here. All the oil is already routed to where it's needed. So we don't need anything like that. We are going to need an aggregate pickup for bauxite though, potentially. And, you know, we have the aggregate loader here already, right? So maybe, if you will. Oh, beautiful. Yep, you'll go in this side. Okay, well, that solves that problem. Because now I have got these two that I can use. And I can also potentially use these ones from this side, too. It's not possible right now because of that dirt road. But if I got rid of that dirt road... well... I kind of want to connect there for the road connection. So that was the whole reason for that to exist in the first place. And then the road connection on both sides. Well, hang on. We can use these two, right? They're pretty low. No, I would want to use the high one. Would definitely want to use the high one. Okay. So what we'll do here is we'll delete this road here up to this point. Can I connect you? Please? Pretty please? No? Not gonna let me? Okay. Well, if I go this way and go like that, that works. Then we got this little stub right here. And I just need to know whether or not it's possible to have that come out. Is it possible to connect that anywhere? Maybe. Maybe? I don't like that road being like this, but I mean, the only option I have is to go like this. I think that's still technically connected, so maybe it will still work. Yep, there it is. That's all I needed to do. Okay, as long as I can verify that that connects, then we're good. Because that way bauxite delivery and stuff can take place over here, and I can route it into this, and then we can pick up the bauxite from this exact same, you know, train track. We could then also utilize these extra train connections. Yep. And it goes off that direction. We would have it go that way because that's where the bauxite's going to be, is over here. Cool. Well, I'm going to go ahead and submit that. and also the train tracks. All of that stuff is pending now in our republic. Lots of work to do in this republic here. I did want to get to the residential area for this, but I just didn't get to it today. I think it's pretty easy just to talk about it, though, because, you know, we're just going to add, you know, housing in this area with a kindergarten. It is really the only plan here. We have a school here that people can access already anyway that is nowhere near capacity despite having lots of teachers, even only at half the setting. So I can double the number of teachers here, but there's really no students, mostly because I only allowed already educated people to move in. So over here, I might allow everyone to move in, but then again, it's one of those things where we're only really educating the new births, right? No people who moved in here needed to be educated to start. And we got plenty of coverage for police. 4 crimes were reported this year. That's going to be wrapped up. I didn't have any police cars, so I do now. And then we're building a carousel right here, or a Ferris wheel right here. I just put that in. I thought it would be funny to have the Ferris wheel next to the wind turbine. Like when you're coming down the hill here, you're just like, oh my God, it's going to cut us. No! And then it misses you by a long shot, but still, it could be funny. In a windstorm, especially. Oh man, you're just like, it's going to fly off and get us. Yeah, so that's the plans for finishing our ability to construct out this way. Let's real quick check in on this. We do have a couple of extra buildings done, or at least getting work done over here. All the roads and stuff are getting worked on over here still from the helicopters. We have spent most of the day paused today, and that's kind of the pattern that will continue into the future. When we're building and designing things, we're kind of going to be paused just because frame rates are so bad while it's running. You guys probably don't see it, but I struggle to get even as much as 10 to 12 FPS while this thing is running right now in real time. It's about the same FPS wise if I go faster speed, but you can see it's also very jittery, and so it doesn't stay going smooth. But most of the time when I'm running time, letting it go, letting things build, I am running at faster speeds. It's only when I'm talking to you guys and trying to show you things that I slow it down to real time. So yeah, but you see what we're up against here. I got to get construction happening over here. A highway that's going to run this direction. This highway will then go from here, and it will then connect. I think I might actually do this as a bridge. I don't want to, raise it up too high because of the planes coming in here, but I think I might end up doing maybe just a tunnel. I might do it as a tunnel and have it come out on this side of this, where it can connect to the highway. Well, I don't know. We have enough room to connect on this side of the highway, so maybe it's okay. We'll see. I haven't decided yet, but ideally this highway is going to connect and be able to go that way or this way without utilizing a roundabout because there's no room for that. But I think a tunnel would do it. We'd have it come... we'd split the road and have it go into 2 tunnels. That would be interesting. Be way excessive for the number of people that will use this road. But you could come down this way and then split. Have one tunnel here, and this tunnel comes out over here where this dirt road is. We could have this dirt road removed, have the tunnel come out there, and bang, connects to that road. And also it goes underneath, comes out, bang, connects to this road and heads that way. And then we just do the same thing for the other side. We have 2 tunnels where it comes out, and this side would go into the tunnel, come out this way, or this side will go from, the little gap between the road and the rail, come into a tunnel, come out the other side, not have to cross the tracks. I don't know. These are all ideas that have not been fleshed out at all, not been thought about at all. Yeah, so I'm going to place residential through here and maybe like some culture stuff that helps. Hey, camera, how we doing? That culture stuff and stuff that's going to help these guys be happy. That'll also provide, people that can walk to this area. And then we can maybe continue to develop this area a little bit more too if we need to. But primarily what I need to do is just get construction crews here so I can build this. Okay? Thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate you. I'm going to end the video here. Okay? Take care. Bye-bye.